I'll let you have the floor before we dive into anything else.
Bunch of flags all over the place, whether it was, procedural penalties, which is the fucking most frustrating thing ever, or holding penalties, which some I'm here for, others I'm just like, what are we even doing? And it's obviously putting up touchdowns instead of field goals, man. It's frustrating because it's gotten to the point where we're 5-5. We're 500 going into the back end of the schedule here. Got 7 games left, and we basically got to run the table. And I haven't been in this situation in a long, long time, man. And it's even more frustrating knowing the kind of guys that we have, knowing the kind of talent that we have, knowing the type of coaches that we have. And everybody's got to just kind of look themselves in the mirror, man. You can't sit around pointing fingers about, whether it's, somebody missing a block here, somebody missing a catch here, somebody, play calls, whatever you go into mentally when you're frustrated, you got to kick that shit aside and you got to think about how you're going to fucking attack the day. And you got to put all the selfish shit, all the things that you want for yourself aside. And it's just got to be about this team, about the guy next to you. And you got to have fun doing it, man. And we got a hell of a team coming in. That's firing on all cylinders. That looks like they're getting after everybody in the run game and pass game, and we're going to have to put up fucking points to help our defense. Last week we didn't do that. This week is it's about time we put it together, man. We've seen what this train looks like when we're rocking and rolling, and we're having fun, and we need to just get back to playing Chiefs football, man. Yeah,
I mean, well said. I do think that it's frustrating where you guys are at. You're 5-5. 5 of those losses though are 1-score games. There's like 1 or 2 plays a game, and you guys could easily still be at the top of the AFC. Yeah. Like, let me ask you this. This is what's crazy about the NFL. If this year's Chiefs team played last year's Chiefs team, who wins?
I'm taking this year's.
That's what I'm saying. I am too. Somehow you guys are better, but you're sitting at 5-5. You're just not you're not executing as well at the end of games, which is very uncharacteristic for Pat and what you guys have been, obviously, last year.
It feels like it's all self-inflicting. And it feels like the answers are right there in front of us, and we just got to fucking do it.
I hear you. It's frustrating to watch because I know how much you put into it and how much you guys as a team and how much Andy puts into it. And, well, there was one good thing that happened in the game, which is the Big Yeti set a record for the most touchdowns in organization history. He's now the triple crown holder for receivers in the Kansas City Chiefs organization. That's right. He has the most receptions, most yards, and now the most touchdowns for a receiver in the history of the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, most touchdowns across the board for any player. I know you always like to downplay this stuff. Trav, this is a huge accomplishment and a testament to the career you've had in Kansas City. And I don't want to hear you downplay this one bit. This is incredible. The Chiefs are a storied organization that has been around since the beginning of the AFL, the NFL, like all of it. They've been around forever. Tons of people have put that Chiefs uniform on, Hall of Famers out the wazoo, and you're the one guy at the top of that organization for an entire career in multiple categories. And I know you would trade all of that to have a successful season this year because that's the type of person you are, but you deserve all the credit in the world for this accomplishment. Congratulations to the Big Yeti.
Thank you, big guy. And it is an honor, man. Obviously right now it's sour because it's coming off of a fucking loss, our 5th loss of the season. But I got so much, first of all, so much respect for the organization, so much respect for the guys that have paved the way, not only in the Chiefs organization, but in the National Football League that have made, an opportunity for myself to come in and make a living, live out my childhood dreams, man. And I think, shout out to Priest Holmes yet again. We talked about Priest on the show and how much we fucking loved him when we were kids watching the game. Obviously, Tony Gonzalez is a guy I still feel like I'm trying to fill his shoes. And what he's been able to do in the National Football League and in this Chiefs organization. And I just love coming into work, man. And, when you come into work with the right mindset and the right attitude and you got a really good coach and a really good quarterback and you stay long enough, they don't fire you for 13 years, man. You start to pile up some stats, man. And I'm just a product of my environment. And I love Kansas City for it. And let's go ahead and keep adding to that fucking record, baby, and score some more touchdowns this year and try and get us into the playoffs, man.
Currently, you guys are 5-5, 8th in the NFC. If it started today, everybody wants to get concerned and all these things, but I think Andy is always head on straight in these situations. We're not quite as negative as the outside world is. We know what we need to do to clean up, and the guys, they get it. Some of these guys have been through some pretty good seasons. It's not like this one is lost. So
the answers are right in front of us. I said it. Their answers are right there. You turn on the film, you see what's going on, you see where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and you keep getting better. And you know, the concern isn't with, do we have the guys?
Yeah.
The concern isn't, do we have the coaches? Do we have the guys? Do we have the right people in the building? I have all the faith that we got the guys that we need. We just need to turn it up a notch. The accountability, the details. I'm right here raising my hand saying I need to get my shit right. And that should be the mentality of everybody that steps in this fucking building. And there needs to be a sense of urgency to get that shit done and to be proficient with how you're getting it done. And I got a lot of faith in the guys in this building. I know I'm going to go to war for them, baby.
I got a lot of faith in you guys as well, especially you. We just talked about this. Statistically, the Chiefs in 2025 are better than the 2024 Chiefs. 2024, 11th in EPA per play on offense, 15th in EPA per play on defense. 2025, 3rd in EPA on offense, 10th in EPA per play on defense. I don't know that means shit, but this is the one thing that I do think is showing the differences of the two seasons. 2024, 11-0 in one-score games. 2025, 0-5. I know that you're saying you got to pick it up throughout the rest of the game, right? Like, it's not just about end-of-game scenarios. But when I think of the Chiefs, I do think about end of the game. I think about, like, you can't give the ball back to Pat Mahomes. And I think it's important. I think winning a lot of the times, I talked about this on Monday a little bit, winning is a skill and you get used to that. As someone who has had immense success in late game scenarios, what do you think is the mindset you need to have to be able to execute better in end of game scenarios? The team isn't getting it done right now, but I know from you, from Pat, from Andy, there's so many guys there, from Chris Jones, understand what the thought process is late in the games. And it feels like right now the whole team is just not executing as well as they need to.
I think just getting guys acclimated into the mindset that you have in those late moment games.
There's things that kill drives like that: penalties, sacks, and big time mistakes, right? Those are the three things you can't have in end of game scenarios, 2-minute drills. You try and preach not making those.
We had all of them, not only on that drive, but the drive after that. It was a little bit of everything. It was just, you know, for whatever reason, we just aren't in sync and in those moments. And I don't know if it's having all of the guys healthy in these moments. And it's not effort. I can promise you that. You turn the film on, it's not effort, man. It's just getting the details right and focusing in on the task at hand, the play call, where we're going offensive line wise in terms of blocking, and then receivers wise, there's a sense of urgency. We got to fucking get going. We got to run. We got to make sure that we're on time, knowing Pat's under duress.
I feel like a lot of the times on the best teams I've been around, when you get into these crucial moments, communication gets heightened, and it gets heightened in a way that it like brings you back down to like just doing what you have to do. Like little things like, hey, it's going to be loud. We know it's going to be loud this drive. Lock in on the snap count. Make sure you're not offsides, right? Little things like you're saying with the receivers, like, hey, the moment you're breaking the huddle, you see guys communicating and saying like, hey, you can hit the timing of it. Like all these little communications between players, between the quarterback, like, hey, the end's jumping the play. Let's get a double count in here this next snap. Like all of that just gets heightened in these crucial moments. And I know you guys have been a part of it. There's the clips with you and Pat talking before the Buffalo Bills game and him just giving you the do it, Kelce, right? There's a clip last year with the blocked field goal. You guys are losing the game. And these guys know they're going to go out and block the field goal, and they're talking about it on the bench before they go do it. The communication and great players in those crucial moments gets heightened. And that's something you guys have been so great at throughout your time with Andy and Pat and you and Chris and everybody over there.
Everything you're saying is spot on, man.
Tyreek Hill tweeted out, congrats to you. I didn't see this until right now. All right.
Nice. Shout out to Cheetah. If Cheetah was here, he'd probably be the one celebrating the record.
That's a very good point. He was having himself one in KC for a while. Shout out to the Cheetah. Get healthy, my man.
DJ Cheetah. He's on the boards now, baby. He's finding, he's getting the every.
I didn't know this. Is he good?
Yeah.
What kind of music?
Like old school, not old school hip hop, but like our generation hip hop.
How much? 90s? Early 2000s?
2000s. I think it was 2000s hits. I forget the song. He posted it the other day of him transitioning from one song to the next and getting hyped that he finally made it sound decent.
Nailed it.
Shout out to the Cheetah. Cheetah, let me know where you're going to be at, man. I got to come see my dog.
You just mentioned you got the Colts coming up. The Colts have been red hot. They've been demolishing teams. Come back down to earth a little bit the last couple of weeks, but still find a way to get it done. This is a big game.
It's a huge game against a great football team. They're firing on all cylinders offensively. Defense is stout, communicate very well, play their gaps, play their fucking tails off. Yep. And obviously a great D coordinator that we've faced a lot.
A lot of familiarity. Lou Anarumo. Yep.
Yeah. And got a lot of respect for him and every defense that he's been at the helm of, and we're going to have our hands full, man, but it's at Arrowhead and it's at noon, and I'm already getting fucking fired up for it, baby.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Adobe Acrobat Studio.
How about it? You know what's worse than getting blindsided by a 300-pound defensive lineman when you least expect it?
How about getting blindsided by a mountain of documents when you're trying to get some work done?
That's why Adobe created their all-new Adobe Acrobat Studio. It's like an offensive coordinator of some sort, helping you get your work done.
Transform your documents with PDF Spaces, where AI-powered insights meet seamless collaboration.
Get instant answers, create content, and share work effortlessly, all while keeping track of every source. It's your playbook for PDFs, reimagined for how you work today.
Need to create a presentation? Social posts?
Nice.
How about flyers for a big event?
Do that with Acrobat.
Ooh, good rhyme trap. Or summarize a 100-page doc into quick bullets? How about tailor a presentation script to sound smarter? Who hasn't done that?
Do that with Acrobat. That's smarter.
The all-new Adobe Acrobat Studio will level up your game in work and in life. Learn more at adobe.com/do-that-with-acrobat. Thank you to our sponsor, American Express.
Hey-o, there's nothing like going from a relaxing airport lounge to an even more relaxing hotel, followed by dinner, a concert, and then doing it all over again.
With the newly enhanced American Express Platinum Card, upping your travel game and eating your pregame meal just got a whole lot better.
You unlock access to the largest global airport lounge network and global hotel program with a suite of benefits as compared to other credit card programs.
Traveling with my American Express Platinum almost feels like a personalized experience. I get to watch some college football in the lounge, jet off to see some friends, and enjoy the journey along the way.
Plus, when I'm exploring a new city, I have access to dining benefits at over 10,000 U.S. Resi restaurants and exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide.
Yes, you do. That's rewards for lounging, flying, and dining, if that's your thing.
With an array of premium travel, dining, and entertainment benefits, all backed by American Express's award-winning.
When Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift revealed their engagement with a series of 5 luminous garden photos, the internet erupted in a way that even the world's most seasoned headline makers would envy. The images, dappled with sunlight and laughter, told a story of 2 lives converging in a moment so organic that it seemed scripted by fate itself. Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married, they quipped, a line so disarmingly ordinary that it only amplified the magic of the union between the chart-topping songstress and the football dynamo. Within hours, the announcement had swept across continents, infiltrating news feeds, group chats, and living rooms. Fans, celebrities, and even those who had never watched a Chiefs game or memorized a Swift bridge found themselves invested, as if the engagement were the beginning of a story they'd been waiting to read all along. Among the avalanche of congratulatory posts and digital fanfare, a quietly powerful gesture emerged from Gracie Hunt, daughter of Chiefs owner Clark Hunt. Appearing on television, Gracie shared her excitement, not just for the engagement, but for the chance to contribute something meaningful, a collaboration with jewelry designer Monica Rich-Cozen. The result was the AIM True Arrowhead necklace, a piece steeped in family history and the legacy of the Chiefs, but also in the universal symbolism of courage and purpose. Gracie spoke of her grandmother's affinity for Monica's designs, the comfort of wearing something that seemed to whisper encouragement with every glint, and the way she immediately knew this necklace was the right gift for Taylor. On her Instagram, Gracie unveiled the necklace to her hundreds of thousands of followers, describing its significance not as a trinket, but as a daily companion meant to inspire resilience and determination. The arrowhead motif, she explained, had always stood for strength and progress, a fitting emblem for Taylor, who has navigated the turbulence of fame with grace, and for Travis, who knows the weight of expectation on the field. The necklace, available in both silver and gold, swiftly became an object of fascination. Fans dissected every detail, from the length of its chain to the shimmer of sapphires and diamonds, from the "Aim True" inscription to the way it seemed to embody the spirit of its recipients. As the jewelry flew off virtual shelves, conversation turned to what this all meant for the couple's future. Would Taylor wear the necklace on tour or during games? Would this be the first of many symbolic tokens exchanged between two worlds now entwined? Meanwhile, the Chiefs prepared for a showdown with the Colts, the city's collective heartbeat, echoing the suspense of a season that could still go either way. The question was whether the euphoria of the engagement could infuse the team with the momentum they needed, or if the pressure would prove too much. As the sun dipped below Arrowhead Stadium, one thing was certain: the story of Travis and Taylor was no longer just theirs. It belonged to anyone who believed in the magic of new beginnings, in the power of love to rewrite the playbook, and in the thrill of not knowing what will happen next.
I know, I'm really excited too. I'm so excited. And I love that you're excited too. And you would absolutely love him. He's the most fun person. I'm sure at some point you guys will get to all hang out, but
yes. He's a big, strong American football player.
Yeah.
He was on stage with you, wasn't he? I saw that show when he came on stage with you.
He was so good.
He just picked you up and
he's such a natural just in life. Like he's just kind of like never been nervous about anything in his entire life.
Right.
So it's pretty fun. He's all the things. He's like fun and vibrant and has this infectious personality, makes me laugh so much. But like, yeah, you're looking for there's a line in the song that says that you just wanted a best friend who you think is hot. Like, and it's kind of like, well, that's kind of it, Writing songs is one of my favorite things. And I did kind of nurture a fear earlier on in my career that if I ever wasn't truly miserable in my personal life, would I be able to write? And I think that's one of the reasons I love this album so much is we were like catching lightning in a bottle every time we were writing songs for this record. And I do think that someone in your life who fuels you, who makes you more you. Everyone in my life is like, you've never been so yourself, which is this interesting thing that you've been you your whole life, but we are different shades and different ourselves at different volume levels. And this person came into my life and everybody's like, yeah, you've never been so you. And I think that comes through in music. People who fuel you, they fuel every part of you and they make you walk taller and they make you present in a more vibrant way. And so hopefully that